So here we go. Number one is aggressive grooming. And a good example here is picking your hair with an afro pick. You grab your pick for volume and you pick. But the pick is a comb, and a comb is, wait for it, a detangling tool. If you are not in a true detangling window with a lot of slip in the shower under warm running water, every lift that we give to our hair with a pick in the name of volume scrapes the cuticles and drag all of the shed hairs into one spot, and then causes a lot of knots and tangles up there. You are also dragging metal or hard plastic through your hair, through the web of curls or coils that have not been detangled. If you have fine hair, this is especially important for you to stop doing. Instead, collect all your shed hairs on wash day alone. Stop putting detangling tools through your hair. It's not doing us any good. Without conditioner, without water, without any kind of slip, and we're just yanking combs through our hair. If you do want volume, use your hands to fluff and shake as you can, right? Other things we can do is accept what our hair density is. Accept what your hair looks like. That will really help. But trying to give our hair volume by causing so much frizz, by causing so much tangling and so much knotting and so much dryness, and then separating those strands from each other and from the clumps that they have already formed that is keeping them protective, is not doing our hair any good. We could also wear our hair out, like say in a wash and go if we want volume, right? Rather than condensing our hair into a twist or a braid and then having to pick the life out of it. Wear a wash and go that will over time swell up and get bigger and bigger, and you get the volume that you want. You can afford to comb your hair even just partially several times a week, as this will inevitably lead to breakage. Number two, and my word, am I guilty of this again, the banding method. This one is actually very sad and makes my soul hurt, but here we go. A few years ago, I would bend my wash and goes every night. I wore my hair in wash and goes for like a decade straight. I love wash and goes. I live in a humid city, but unfortunately, because I live in a humid city, my hair shrinks and my hair just tries to go back into my head. So every night, I would bend my hair with my bands, and every morning I would take it down, and then guess what I'll do? I'll proceed to pick my hair every night. It sounds regular, right? It sounds like, right, this is the style I've chosen, so why not? Why not is every cycle of bend, take down, is friction, is manipulation, is putting my hair through a cycle of wear and tear. I'm not saying we should not style our hair. No, we have to style our hair. We should enjoy styling our hair. We should enjoy doing our hair. Everything we do to our hair is manipulation. Go ahead and do what you like. However, we're trying to retain the length we grow. Bending our hair every night is not the answer, at least the way I was doing it. Because on fine hair, those repeated pressure points create mid-shaft frizz that you only notice down the line. I also noticed that my hair was remaining stretched due to losing my curl pattern from bending and bending and bending. A similar thing can happen when we put our hair in puffs or buns that are really tight, and we notice around the perimeter of our heads, our hair is losing its curl pattern. This is not good. In my case, I was more focused on bending the roots, right, so that I had the stretch, and then leaving the ends out so I had my curls in there. My roots were damaged from me bending my hair almost every night and then picking it out almost every morning, every single week. Yes, I use satin scrunchies sometimes, most of the time. Yes, I try to be gentle and not too tight. However, I was still damaging my hair. Here's what we can do instead. Let your hair shrink. Let it shrink. Or braid the roots and then do a wash and go towards the end so that you still have some stretch, right? Or grab your blow dryer and do a little bit of, blow dry to stretch it with medium heat and some heat protectant to give it some stretch. If you need to do the bending method, don't be like me. Don't do it every night. Maybe band your hair on freshly moisturized hair, and definitely use satin scrunchies, and leave 2 finger widths between each bend so your hair can move and your hair is not stiff like mine was sitting on the top of my head. Number 3 is midweek manipulation and forcing our hair to do what it doesn't want to do. On Monday, you put your hair in a puff, so you brush your edges up, puff. Tuesday it's a low bun, so you rebrush, right, to restyle. Thursday you do something else, and then you do a wash and go, and then you brush the life, and then you pick it. That is 4 different tension maps in 4 days. Pick your weekly style and call it a day, right? Call it a day. Before you wash your hair, know exactly what your hair is doing and what your style cycle is. What's the evolution of this style? For example, you wear a wash and go for 1 week, and then you put it in a bun for another week. Or you wash your hair, you put it in twists, and then you put it twist out, and then a bun, and then you come back and wash your hair. Know exactly what your style cycle is so that you're not second guessing every morning when you go to do your hair. Just because our hair can do everything, it can do a puff, a bun, a fro, a this and that, doesn't mean that you have to do everything. Number 4 is edges obsession. The brushing, the smoothing, the gelling, the scarfing, the everything that we do to our edges every day. Our edges are the finest fibers on our heads. Daily scraping and daily brushing and daily gelling, is gelling a word? But that creates so much tension, so much shear on our edges, and so much product buildup that makes you chase even more gel tomorrow, especially with tight hairstyles and tight updos. Your edges do not have to be light, at least not daily. No, they don't. They don't have to be sleeked. Matter of fact, you can slick them down with some water. Water, sleek, scarf for 10 minutes, 5 minutes, end of story. Also, tight ponytails, tight cornrows, tight braids, the slick backs, all of those combined with the over manipulation from installing these styles, all of these worsen the condition of our already fine, fraying, or scanty edges. If you do not have a lot of edges, like me sitting right here in front of you, stop doing things to your edges. Leave them alone. Number 5, you go to bed with your hair pulled tight to set it overnight. That's what we say to ourselves. We're setting our hair. Your scarf is cinched so tight. Your bands are doubled and tripled. Your rods are wound to maximum. Your bonnet is pressing on your head, just sitting there so nothing moves. Your scarf is on top of that. It all feels like you're being efficient, like you're trading 8 hours of sleep for 8 hours of styling. What actually happens is static load on delicate fibers and follicles all through the night, every night. Fine strands especially have fewer cuticle layers and a smaller cross-section. So that constant compression, that constant traction, that constant setting of our hair makes our hair worse. The cuticle gets imprinted with grooves from the bands and the rods. The shaft flattens where it's pressed against the pillow, and the follicle sits under reduced blood flow while you sleep through the night. Why you keep doing this makes sense. I understand it. Your hair being tight feels like you're doing something, like you are guaranteeing that your hair will come out right tomorrow. But 8 hours of continuous tension is not the same as a brief daytime set. It's not. On natural hair, that crease in the cuticle, that traction on the edges, all of these lead to faster hair shaft fatigue. The hair gets so stressed from cyclic loading again and again and again and again until it snaps and breaks off. Several weeks later, you notice that your hair is thinning, your edges are thinning, your hair is getting frizzy, and it won't lie down. You'll notice that your styles are starting to flop and they don't last past Wednesday. What you can do instead is finish your hair to about 85-90% dry before you go to bed with low tension. Low tension. If you need to put in your rods or something, maybe don't wind them all the way to max, and keep your sections big and smooth, and let your scarf do the setting rather than pulling your hair and then layering a scarf and then a bonnet and all the things. Tension is one thing, constant tension is another, and this is not good for anyone's hair. Avoid retention in your hair at night in the same areas every day, every night, and stop stressing your hair repeatedly. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.